What is up, guys, and welcome back to Rugby for Days. We're here in the studio joined by the Jakkal. I am Dan the Man, and today we are talking about British Irish Lions squad. We found some online prediction squads. We're going to go through them. If you don't agree, we're going to put our pick in. And please feel free to leave a comment who you think should pick that position, if you agree with the selections or not. So we have two different sites. Let's jump right into it. Do you want to add something about British Irish Lions?
No, I'm just excited. I just want to see the rugby being played with the British and Irish Lions, a formidable team. Can they beat the Springboks? So if we go through the squad, let's see if they have the capacity and the players to do so.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's jump in. We're starting from fullback and then we'll go from prop to 8th man from there. So obviously the obvious choice, most people pick Stuart Hogg on fullback. I think that will be the number one pick. If someone else has a competition for it, will probably be someone like Lee Halfpenny from Wales.
Yes.
If they pick him on fullback, they can pick him on wing as well. But he'll probably be the best competition for Stuart Hogg. I don't know if you want to add something there.
No, I agree with you. Stuart Hogg is the number one pick at the moment. I don't think there is a better fullback at the moment for the British and Irish Lions. So if it's injury free and everything, we will probably see him.
Obviously, remembering that the last tour he had a first test injury, which was bad luck for him. But Jordan Lamore, you mentioned him off camera. He's actually not a bad player, upcoming but still young. Then moving on to wing, on my wing, they picked Anthony Watson from England. Not the best, but I think I'll go with it. I will back him. You know, I don't think it's a bad pick, so I like him.
Yeah, for me, the wings, Johnny May and Josh Adams. You see, Anthony Watson is in the squad. Jack Noel might be there. George North from
George North, always a big man.
Always a big player. So I think Anthony Watson might get in. He is a good player. He is quick. He's a good stepper and everything. So I think he might be the number one.
I think he'll be there because he's the next generation.
Yes.
Because we're mentioning older players. Not that much older, but I think actually he's still young. So maybe someone like George North is a bit older. He's not the next generation.
Yes.
Moving on to the centres, Jonathan Davies, obviously he's on my squad, and then Bundy Aki. I don't agree with that at all. So Jonathan Davies, yes, but Bundy Aki on this side I found I won't pick him. I'd probably go for a Jonathan Davies and Monetui Lagi combo. But yeah, I don't know how I'll set the centres up. I just know that Davies will probably start because he is the experienced man and probably the best centre in the Six Nations that's eligible for the British Irish Lions picks. So what's your input there?
This side sees Owen Farrell and Manu Tuilagi. They have a history of playing together, so it's a good fit. It says here Gary Ringrose, Jonathan Davis will be 33 in 2021. So it might be like a late old player, and young guns like Joe Marchant and Owen Watkin. It could be there to step in if somebody gets injured. But for me, the Farrell Tuilagi combination might be the best option for them.
It's something to discuss, definitely. But Joe Marchant playing rugby for the Blues now, definitely a great player, still young. I think he's 23, 24. John Davies will still go, being 33.
Yes.
Because the British Irish Lions traditionally pick someone older in every position for the experience that went on tour, and then they pick young guns. If I think back to 2009, there was a lot of legend players in their end of the career type of stuff. So John Davies will definitely go, even if he doesn't play a test, he'll play the pre games and stuff. So he'll still go, but he won't have that effect. And then 11, my other wing, they say Liam Williams, but I'll go Jacob Stockdale.
Oh, that's
for sure. Liam Williams has versatility. Jacob Stockdale is an all-round winger that you want to pitch every single time. Because let's remember that try he made against New Zealand out of nothing.
Yes.
So that's just my recommendation.
I completely agree with you. That's for me the number one choice.
Yeah. Moving on to fly-offs. Now this is something we spoke off camera. I'm not a Farrell fan at all. If they pick a fly off, because Johnny Sexton says he wants to come play, and like we just mentioned, the age thing, he's going to be 36. That's going to be old. Or 35, depending if his birthday is on tour, so we'll see about that. Then someone like George Ford.
Yes.
I rate him highly. He's a good player. He's quite a nimble player, quite movable. You always have someone like Dan Bigger. And then I'm thinking about the guy Finn Russell from Scotland.
Yes.
He's an X-ray. He's an X-factor player. You know, he's something different.
Yes.
And I like Finn Russell a lot. Like, I rate him highly. So it's going to be between George Ford and Finn Russell for me. I hope John Sexton goes on tour but doesn't start the games.
Yes.
But Owen Farrell will definitely go, even if I don't like it.
Yeah, Farrell can play at fly-off or centre, so he will probably be either one. Finn Russell's also a good choice. But for me, an up-and-coming player, he plays for the Harlequins, is Marcus Smith.
For sure.
21, 22 at the moment.
Yeah.
If he gets into the squad with all that experience around him, even if it just plays the warm-up games, it will be a huge accomplishment for him in his personal career.
Yeah.
So I think he might also be in that squad, maybe also coming in for centre replacement or fly-off replacement.
Yeah, I've watched him play for Harlequins a couple of times, and he's not a bad player. He's still young, like you mentioned. But I think there's too much big names now for the next generation to step in. Someone like him. But that'll be a clever investment.
Yes.
I think, let's make that the question of the day. Do you think that they should bring more youth and split it like old and young, or pick in between, like someone between the age of 22 and 28 that can play the next one but it's not too old to miss the next one? So question of the day, please drop it down below, and then if you agree with our selections or not, please leave it down in the comments. Moving on to scrum off. I totally agree with this, Gareth Davies, and then obviously my second pick will be Danny Kerr. It's a shame that he didn't go to the World Cup. I think he would have been a bigger thing to deal with in the final for the Boks if he played. But obviously they didn't win that way. So Gareth Davies, then Danny Kerr, and then Conor Murray can go along.
Yes, I also agree. Conor Murray can go along. Somebody like Thomas Williams from Wales also had a good World Cup, and he was part of the Welsh team that built up to the World Cup. I think Conor Murray, like you said, and Gareth Davies, that might be the three scrum offs for me. They can rotate. They have different styles of play. With Murray and Sexton having a combination, might also be good if Sexton goes. But that will be an interesting pick for me.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so moving on to the forwards now. That was our backline overview. That just once again, this is our opinion. It's not what's said, and it's not the way it should be. This is just our opinion. So please feel free to leave a comment on it. So starting from number 1 is Marco Vunipola. Once again, I'm not a fan of the Vunipola brothers. Not either of them. They're good players. I just don't like them. I would pick like someone like Tacht Furlong for number 1.
Yes.
More of a bigger oak. Cianelli is going to be a bit too old, I think. And going through the list, Carl Sinclair maybe. But I wouldn't. I'll take Marco along, but he won't start.
Yeah, for me, I like the Vunipola brothers. I have respect for them as players. But somebody like Joe Marler has experience. He's come out of retirement. Maybe he can go along for the experience. He might not play, but he might bring his experience to the team. Yes. And somebody, Rory Sutherland, is also a good player. I think the props might be a problem for them, for who to choose, because it's like a pack that needs to be formidable.
Yeah.
You can't just pick one player because you like him or something. So I think the Vunipola might get a chance, but I think somebody like Joe Marler and Sutherland might be a better choice for me.
Yeah. And you mentioned something that got me thinking now, because they're going to be up against the Springbok pack.
Yes.
So someone like Malcolm Marx, Bongi,
Yes.
You have Lison Gomboka coming to the ranks, Trevor Nyakane, because Beast is absent now, obviously, because he retired. So you have Stephen Kitts over there, so it's a big pack you're up against. So you have to bring a big pack.
Yes.
Moving along to the Hoover, they picked Jamie George here, but I liked what was it? Replaced Luke Cowan-Dickey. Yes, he was good. And then Stuart McInally, the Scotland captain. Two of them, the best hookers I've seen in a while. But Luke won't get his breakthrough yet unless Jamie George steps down, which is my opinion. So I'll take. You have 3 quality hookers there. You don't even look further because Rory Best is stepping down. I don't think Ireland has a good hooker now they can replace with, but those are 3 quality hookers already. So
I totally agree with you. Jamie George is really good, and Cam Dickey. I think those 2 might be the best hookers for them to choose at the moment.
Yeah, and I seen I made a mistake because they picked Tochtville on 3. So I apologise profusely. I know nothing about props. It's my worst position knowledge about 1 and 3 and loose head, tight head stuff. So I apologise profusely for that. But I still won't pick Marco. I'll pick Joe Marler. And then Tochtville on 3, obviously. And Carl Sinclair, he's probably versatile. So yes. You want to add something on 3?
No, Furlong for me is
as well.
The player to pick. He is on form. He is a beast. He can play a long period of time. He throws everything on the field, so I think that would be the best option.
Now moving into the locks, this is a big thing coming against South Africa because you're going to play against someone like Agnes Neyman and Lootpotri. I don't know where that came from. But you're going to be up against world quality locks. So they picked James Ryan from Ireland and then Mario Itoje from England. And the rumour is that Itoje will be the captain as well, or a leader in this as well. And I like this. Alun Jones will be probably a bit too old if I'm thinking about it. But I you don't even look further than James Ryan and Mario Itoje, and then someone like Joe Launchbury coming along. There's a Cruz from England as well. You don't have to look further than that. That is enough. Wales not peaking. They have Charteris and he's tall, but that's it. So I'll look more to England players for the lock position.
Yes,
and then Ryan.
Yes, I agree. Ryan, being a young player also in his 20s, close to 2 meters tall. I think Itoje, if he's not the captain, he might be a leader in the forwards pack. He has the good experience on international level. But somebody I think might also go is Courtney Laws. He's also an English player. Johnny Gray maybe. So I think that's also like
the older players.
For the experience. I think the Itoje Ryan combination will be a lot to handle for the South Africans.
Yeah, that'll be a handful. And I forgot about Johnny Gray, who's probably one of the most successful tacklers in world rugby. So yes. Then moving on to the 2 flankers. Now they picked Talupe Faletau on 6 and Hamish Watson on 7. Now this is interesting because in my current best 15 squad, I picked Hamish Watson as well. Love him, great player. But obviously, where's the kamikaze kids? Tom Curry and Sam Underhill, firstly. And you have such quality players with Hamish Watson still in the mix. So you can go either way. That's not even speaking about Ireland. What's that captain of them? I see his face before me. I'll get to his name now. But what's your insights on the flankers?
For me, this website said Tom Curry and James Ritchie. For me, Tom Curry is a number 1 pick for me.
Yes.
Sam Underhill also. Justin Tuperik, also a good one. CJ Stander can play at 8 and on the flank. Josh van der Vlier, also
Irish
very good.
Yes.
Also, for me, that's like a good combination. They can get over the ruck, can get into the ball. But I think the Underhill and Curry combination should be the number 1 pick.
Yes. And you mentioned Justin Tuperik as well, very good player. Playing with anyone and you'll get front of the ball. Because once again, you're playing against South Africans who's going to be in your face, hard. Eminence is going to be there as well. The flank is you're gonna have to grind all against South Africans. Then moving on to the 8th man, and they picked Billy Vunipola as predicted, I think, because he is the obvious choice. Although I don't like him, like I mentioned.
Yes.
I'll go with someone like CJ Stander. I'll even convert Sean Mahoney. Sean O'Mahony, the Irish captain. He can play at 8 and 7. Great feature, great player. Oran player, and obviously Jonathan Tuprika played 8.
Mm.
It just depends on how good your 6 and 7 is, what your 8 must do.
Yes.
Because if 6 and 7 slacks, 8 must pick up that slack. And if you can get Billy to work, he's big and he can run, but then your 6 and 7 has to be good.
Yeah. For me, I don't think Billy is the number one pick. For me, CJ Stander is the number one. Man, that guy, he can work.
Great player.
Yeah. And also there's also another up and coming player for me, Alex Dombrand.
For sure.
He's also young. He's very quick. He's big.
He's a monster.
So I think
also Gwyn's boy.
Yeah, with the Springboks that doesn't know him so well, he can bring something new to the squad. And also with the young and the old, with the experience that they give him, he might be a force. Yeah. If he gets into the squad.
Yeah, I like that pick. I actually forgot about him, but being a Quins boy, I played for Quins Pretoria, so I love the Quins boys from overseas. So thank you for joining us in this longer video. This is just our opinion. We just discussed it through around a couple of topics. Please leave a comment. Please leave a like on the video. That would be much appreciated. Yes, that's all from our side. Jock, do you want to add something? Just excited.
No. Yeah, just in the comments you can pick your own team. We will start a conversation with you, and also we can take this into a podcast. Yes. We are on Apple Podcast and on Spotify, so you can go check us out there and follow us on TikTok and Instagram, all that platforms, and we will love to have a conversation with you guys.
Yes, guys, and then we'll see you guys in the next video.